स्टूडेंट्स, आपके एमएससी फाइनल बॉटनी में जो पेपर फर्स्ट है प्लांट फिजियोलॉजी एंड मेटाबॉलिज्म, उसमें हम ट्रांसपोर्टेशन पढ़ रहे थे। ट्रांसपोर्टेशन प्रोसेस में हम लोगों ने देखा कि किस तरह से पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्टेशन जो है वेयर द इन्वॉल्वमेंट ऑफ एनर्जी डज नॉट टेक प्लेस। सो जो पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्टेशन है वो दो प्रकार से हमने पढ़ा, द नॉन मीडिएटेड पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एंड मीडिएटेड passive transportation. So in non-mediated passive transportation, this is the simple kind of the diffusion process which does not involve any kind of the molecule or the protein molecule or mediator to facilitate the transportation. But in the case of mediated passive transportation, there is always involvement of some kind of the mediator, or we can say the protein molecule, which can facilitate the transportation process through the membrane. So passive mediated transportation, which involve the mediator or the protein molecule, also does not require any kind of the energy as in the case of active transportation, and it always happen as a downhill process. So that means from the transportation of molecule from their higher concentration to the lower concentration take place. These mediator or the proteins are known as the channel proteins. They are having gates which can be opened or closed in response to some signals or some signals. In response to some signals, they can be opened or they can be closed. So actually these are the transmembrane proteins that function as selective pores. So the molecules or ion can diffuse across the membrane. It is always passive in nature. That does not involve any kind of energy. So this passive mediated transportation was also been discussed. Now today we are going to discuss about the active transportation. As we have discussed earlier, that active transportation is the process in which the molecules are moved from the one place to another place with the involvement of energy, or we can say the involvement of ATP. So in the active transportation, last time we discussed that they can be transported from the lower concentration of molecules to the higher concentration of molecules. That means it is an uphill kind of the movement. Uphill movement, that means they can be the transportation of molecules from their lower concentration to the higher concentration. So that is uphill movement. So there is involvement of energy in the energy as ATP. So these are the this is the active transportation. Active transportation can be takes place with the help of carrier proteins or the pump proteins. So what are the carrier proteins? The carrier proteins, unlike channels, they do not have pores, but they extend completely across the membrane. In transport mediated by a carrier, the substance being transported is initially bound to a specific site on the carrier protein. So actually all carrier proteins having the specific site on which the molecule can be attached, that is going to be moved. So this requirement for binding allows carrier to be highly selective for a particular substrate to be transported. Carriers therefore specialize in the transport of specific ions or organic metabolites. So carrier proteins are involved always in a specific molecules movement. Binding causes a conformational change in the protein, which exposes the substances to the solution on the other side of the membrane. Transport is complete when the substance dissociates from the carrier's binding site. Carrier mediated transport can be either passive transport or secondary active transport. In the secondary active transport, there is always a movement of two molecules from the one side to another side and another side to one side. To carry out active transport, a carrier must couple the energetically uphill transport of a solute with another energy releasing event so that the overall free energy change is negative. So primary active transport is coupled directly to a source of energy such as ATP hydrolysis. As we have discussed, ATP hydrolysis. Membranes proteins that carry out primary active transports are called pumps. So these are another kind of the protein molecule, pumps, which can be involved in the process of active transportation. Most pumps transport ions such as hydrogen or calcium. However, the pumps belonging to the ATP binding cassettes family of transporters, so they can carry large organic molecules. The ABC family, that means ATP binding cassettes. Ion pumps can be further characterized as either electrogenic or electroneutral. So in general, electrogenic transport refers to ions transport involving the net movement of charge across the membrane. In contrast, electroneutral transport, as the name implies, involves no net movement of charge. Okay, so the difference between the electrogenic transportation and electroneutral transport is that the involvement of movement of charge. For example, the sodium potassium ATPase of animal cells pumps 3 Na positive out of every 2 K positive in, resulting in a net outward movement of 1 positive charge. Okay, the Na positive, NaK positive, you can say sodium potassium ATPase is therefore an electrogenic ion pump, in contrast to the hydrogen potassium ATPase of the animal gastric mucosa pumps 1 hydrogen out of the cell for every 1 potassium in. So there is no movement of charge across the membrane, therefore hydrogen potassium ATPase is an electroneutral pump. So there are two examples for the electroneutral pump, that is the hydrogen potassium ATPase pump, and for the electrogenic pump, sodium potassium ATPase pump in the animal cells. So this is about the carriers and pumps, and another thing, that is secondary active. In just last time, in the primary active transport, that is coupled to the source of energy, and what is the secondary active transportation? So in the secondary active transportation, what happened, like the most prominent pumps are those for hydrogen and calcium, and the direction of pumping is outward from the cytosol to the extracellular space in the primary active transportation. Another mechanism is needed to drive the active uptake of mineral nutrients such as nitrate ion, sulfate ion, phosphate ion, the uptake of amino acids, peptides, and sucrose, and the export of sodium ion, which at higher concentration is toxic to plant cells. The other important way the solutes are actively transported across the membrane against the gradient of electrochemical potential is by coupling the uphill transport of one solute to the downhill transport of another. So this type of carrier mediated transportation is termed as secondary active transportation. So secondary active transport is driven indirectly by pumps. In plant cells, protons are extruded from the cytosol by electrogenic hydrogen ATPase operating in the plasma membrane at the vacuolar membrane. So in the secondary active transportation, there may be of two types, import and antiport. So these are to be discussed in the later, in next video. Okay, so this is all about the active transportation. So today we could understand about the specific protein molecules like carrier protein molecules and the pump proteins which are involved in the active transportation, and we could understand that the specific binding site occur in the carrier protein, and the pumps may be pumps may be involved as electrogenic transportation and electroneutral transportation, and we could also understand about the secondary active transportation, in which one transportation is done by the active transportation and another transportation or another movement of molecule, that may be a downhill movement. So this is all about the primary and secondary active transportation. In the next video, we will discuss about the different mechanism of secondary active transportation, or we can say the transportation process: unipods, import, and antipod.